Hello to all my friends in room 149. It's Miss Deb, and as you know, this week we are celebrating Mother's Day. If we were all together in school, the kids and the teachers and I would have made all sorts of beautiful surprise gifts for the moms, but we can't really do that right now. So I'm going to show you an easy craft that you and your child can do, and it's a nice little art and sensory activity. Very simple. It's going to be a ripped paper mosaic mom. And all you need to make this craft is some construction paper. You want to get a few different colors and a glue stick. You can use Elmer's glue, but I recommend the glue stick because it's a little better for them to practice their grasping. And a black magic marker. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick one color for your background. So I'm going to take the green piece of paper. And you're going to make sure that you have 3 other colors. You can mix this up if you want to, but try and pick 3 nice bright colors. Try not to pick the same color that you're using as your background, or it's going to kind of fade away. So, very simple, moms, you're going to have to do this part. You're going to use your marker to just freehand writing mom. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about being perfect. It's going to look like that. So you're going to set that aside. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is take your 3 pieces of paper and you're going to have your child, if you need to help them, you can give them a start. They're going to rip strips of paper. So what you can do is you can start them like that, at the top of each row there. And you're going to have your child pull the strips of paper. If you'll notice, it makes a pretty cool sound. Hear that? And then depending on how fast you rip it, that's a nice little sound, or you can go real slow. But you want to rip a whole bunch of strips. This is way more than you're probably going to need, but it's a fun thing for your kids to do. If they don't need the help at the top, don't give it to them. But if you feel like they need a start on it, you can help them out. So you're just going to rip a whole bunch of strips, like that. And then what you're going to do, again, this is probably way more than you need. You're going to take a few pieces at a time, like this, and you're going to have your child rip smaller strips, about yay big. They don't have to be super teeny tiny, but you don't want them too big and you don't want them too small. So, like that and like this. The smaller you can get them to rip it, the better. This is a very good fine motor activity. It's good for pincer grasp and builds up the muscles in the fingers. So that should be enough, but we'll whip a little bit more. Like so. So you kind of want them about this size, the biggest. That's about the average size you want. And if they seem a little bigger than that, you can rip those pieces in half also as you're going along. So nice little skinny pieces too. So once you have a nice pile of ripped paper, we're going to make our mom mosaic. So we're going to take our glue stick. I wouldn't recommend doing the entire thing at one time. Just do a section at a time. So for instance, you're going to do one side of your M first, and you're going to take paper. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure that you're covering up the letters. And try and alternate your colors. If you want to try and make a pattern, you can do that. If you decide you want to make each letter a different color, you can do that. Some of my pieces are a little big for me right now, so I'm going to make them a little smaller. Sometimes nice skinny ones like that are good. If you feel like it's a little too long, you can always rip off some of the extra. Then you're going to do your next section, and you're just going to keep on going until you have filled in. I'm just going to do the first letter for now, because it does take a little bit of time, and you don't need to watch me filling up the entire thing. I just want you to get the idea. This is something your child can do. This is good for tracing. You can have them make sure that they are putting it on top of the letter. Boop. Just fill in our M. And again, you can use regular glue, but I would recommend just squeezing a very small section at a time. Don't do the whole thing at one time. It's going to be a little bit of a mess. So after you have filled all of those in, here's my M, but your finished product will look like that. And sorry, moms, you kind of had to make your own present for Mother's Day, but it is what it is this year. But a nice little touch can always be, you can write something on the bottom, like let's say my camera woman Lila helped me with this, right? So you could say, you can always write Happy Mother's Day on the bottom. By Lila and Mom. So it's a nice little keepsake. You could even put the year on there, however you like. And then it's a nice little keepsake. Very simple, something that hopefully everybody can do. And you know, the nice thing about this is you can do this with any shape. If you decide you want to make one for Dad, if you want to make a heart, really it's pretty simple. It will translate to any design you'd like to make. Anyway, that's it. So I hope you guys have fun making a Mother's Day ripped paper mom with your moms. And once again, I'm hoping that if you make one, you'll take a picture of it and you will send it to Miss Deb, because I would love to see your artwork. Anyway, that's it. Happy making art for Mother's Day, and I will see you next time.